Hey there, this is a review of the Titan Rejuv 4D massage chair. Now, Titan is owned by the same company that owns Osaki, so you may have learned that already in your research. If not, now you know there may be a lot of similarities between them. Um, Depending on who you ask, one is a little better than the other. It seems to me that they're both comparable. Now, I got this chair through a big box retailer that I'm a member of, and I made sure that it had a generous return policy. And I think that's important because what I found online is everyone says you need to go to the showroom in person and check out the chair, which I can't do because you can see from the tractor through my window, I live in a very rural area, nowhere near a showroom for massage chairs, and I'm not going to travel for that. So I went ahead and did all my research online, like you probably are as well if you're watching this video. And I bought one from a store that has a generous return policy. So, and I'm glad I did. And I'll tell you why. This chair is likely going back. Um, I've sat in massage chairs at airports. There's a laundromat not too far from us that actually has one, and I've sat in that a few times while comforters are washing. And I sat in one at a local furniture store that really just felt great, and that's what got me thinking. They had a sale going. I didn't buy that one, but sat in it and instantly felt between two of them. One of them looked more like this and was very fancy. And then the other one looked very plain, cloth fabric, and just was cheaper, had less features, all of that. The cloth fabric one instantly felt better sitting in it. The more expensive feature-filled one didn't feel quite as good. And I tend to be a little gadgety, a little techy. I tend to like the nicer spec sheet, so that bothered me. But in reality, it's about how it feels when you sit in the chair. So I went online, I found this chair, got it on sale. But in my research, they're almost always on sale, so don't be sold by that. And I had really good reviews. Let's just say great reviews online from the 5 or 6 I could find for this particular model, but a lot of them were pretty similar. So I'm going to talk about similarities. You may not be looking for this particular model, but you might have some things here that are important for you to know about. So I paid in the $3,000 range, and that was a sale, 50% off. I'll let you figure out obviously what your budget is. The one at the furniture store was 2,000 retail, and they were running a sale that could have been down to 50% off with a certain coupon deal. And so that's kind of the price range that you're looking at. Really, that probably $1,500 to $2,000 range, up to $3,000 to $4,000 range is the chair area that I'm talking about. So, okay, let's talk about the good. It is a massage chair. There's just that's what you're searching for. So you can sit in it as long as you want. You can get massages as often as you want. There's no asking, please, 5 more minutes. You can up the time for 5 minutes. You can uh, enjoy the massage as long as you want in the way that you want. Second is this chair has a lot of features. I think it has like 20 something built-in programs, maybe 18, and then it has, I think, 8 or 11 specific massage moves. This one has one called Grasp, which apparently is a newer feature. Note that one is only for your upper back, shoulders, and neck. It doesn't allow you to go lower, but I have a hack for that. But the bad is it feels like a 4 elbows massage. And I've also read that sometimes you have to get used to the massage, the mechanism. Your back has to get stronger, get used to the intensity. It does have level 1 to 5 of the 4D mechanism, all sorts of different features that you can make it softer or harder. But the end result is, as my girlfriend said it best, she's waiting for it to hurt her next. And that's not good with the massage chair. Having sat in the one at the furniture store that instantly was hitting all the spots just right, that made me really see the contrast here, where this particular chair doesn't feel just right. It has some good motions. Some parts about it feel good, some parts don't. But it just doesn't hit my spots directly. It doesn't hit her spots directly. So it's a very expensive chair. has a lot of features, but you have to really manage it to make it work the way that we need it to. So let's talk about that next. The next part is the remote. And from what I've seen, a lot of these have a very similar remote. The thing I don't like about this Titan chair remote is that the menu system is very deep. I mean, it's not super deep, but you have to go to 3 separate places to set up the chair the way you want it. 3 different menus, and then in each one you have multiple clicks to get through. Each one beeps, so it's beep, 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 beep while you're using the chair. So the issue that I've found is all of the pre-programmed ones, only a couple, 2 or 3 of them, we like out of the box. The rest of them have something going on that we're not a fan of. It just doesn't really work for us. So we have to use the manual mode a lot. But that's where the problem sets in. So when you're in the pre-programmed choreographed automatic programs, it will coordinate the airbags on the shoulders and your arms and your feet and up and down. And this one is actually has a fully adjustable foot area. It encapsulates your feet. Actually feels to me good. My partner doesn't like it, but it goes in and out and stretches your legs and can stretch your back a little bit. It has a lot of features, but that's only in the pre-programmed mode. So if you don't like the actual choreographed program, you don't have another option to access those features. It doesn't work in the manual. So when you go into the manual mode, you have access to, say, the kneading motion, but you can't change the width on that, and that's kind of because it does a wide program. You have the shiatsu 1 and 2, which is kind of a pushes you in. Then the shiatsu 2 kind of pushes you, waits, and then pushes you in, so very similar. You have tapping, 2 different rhythms of tapping. You have knead and tap, so it does this with like a tapping motion, the kind of that vibrating motion. What else does it have? Then it has the grasp, which is supposed to replicate your hands being or hands on your shoulders, but again, that's supposed to only be the upper part. I have a hack for that, so hang in there. And then you have 4D 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 1 by itself is close to a kneading motion, but with a little bit more push. 2, 3, and 4 all have the tapping built in, that vibrating. And I think number 3 and 4 allow you to change the width. 1 and 2 don't. So a lot of the different manual modes don't let you change the width. You can change the speed on all of them. You can change the area on all of them except for grasp. Again, that's only for the shoulders, supposedly. And then a handful of the other ones, you can change the width, so you can try to target those particular areas. For the air control, for all the airbags, and this has 34 airbags on this particular model, you only have upper and lower. Upper means the arms and the shoulders. Lower means the feet and the calves. You don't have particular control past that. Now, I have a personal problem. I have an injury in my leg and I have bone protrusions that it's just the way I had to heal. When I put this in and I have my leg in the way it's supposed to go, this one actually wraps around your calf and completely compresses it, which probably feels pretty good unless you have any leg issues. I can't use that. So I have to arrange it where my knee sticks out a little bit further. That's a personal thing for me. I love the foot, though. The foot pod grabs my toes. It grabs my heels. It has a lot of different motions down there. The problem is I can't turn off just the calf and leave the foot pod on. It's either all or nothing for the lower part. So I don't like that. The upper part, the hot dang, the way this thing squeezes your hands and your forearms is powerful. It's actually really strong. Then it has a shoulder one that sometimes pushes you back and forth a little bit. Sometimes comes around and pushes you back into the massage mechanism, and that's fine. Again, it's all upper. You're either all of them are on or off. For air control, you also have level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you can control the intensity of the air mechanism. Sorry, I'm going to try to get my dogs to calm down a little bit. And so yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah, he knows this chair. He's seen it run a little bit, have about 4 hours so far on it. So, but again, back to manual mode, you lose access to all the choreographing. So the chair will just continue to do the airbags the way it was choreographed while you control just the manual. So on that, when the chair first turns on, you have to choose a mode. You have your memory saved mode. There's 3 slots for that on this chair, but you have to choose something first, and that's like a foundation for your massage. That's what tells the chair the program to run. Once that's selected, then you can choose manual mode. And what I've realized is choosing manual mode only changes the rollers. Again, not the airbags, just the rollers. So the airbags will continue on whatever that foundational program was unless you turn them off. So with that, for example, the neck and shoulders program has no legs at all. If you start that one first, then when you change manual, you can have all the manual settings you want, but it will still just do the airbags in the upper part. So my partner doesn't like the foot pod. It bothers her feet. So she likes that one. So a couple things just so far we covered. When you first turn it on, you have to choose a foundational program. When you go into manual mode, you don't have control of the airbags, and you also don't have control of the particular motions. So again, those choreographed motions, you may like one part of a specific massage and go, wow, I wish I could just do that for 30 minutes straight. I'd love that. But you may not be able to get back to that. It may just be 3 or 4 passes, like 5 or 10 seconds of the massage, and then it moves on. So for me, it feels like this chair tries too hard in all of the features. All of the choreographing, it's moving constantly. It doesn't stay in any one area too long. Even if you like a part of it, it's just moving on. You can't stop it. You can't pause it. There's a pause button that just stops the massage and then resumes the massage, but you can't back up. You can't say like, I like this part of the massage, keep doing this part. That doesn't exist. So you can do the auto all the way through, and it shows you all of its cool features, and it has the airbags going and pushes you back and forth and lifts you up and pushes you down and massages you inside out. And it's great if you like that program. But it's not just giving you a consistent good massage. It's not just rolling up and down your back. It's like trying to show off all the features it has. So then you switch into manual mode, and manual mode again, you have just the roller controls, all you have. So you can choose knead or shiatsu, or you can choose the grasp, or you can choose the 4D movements, and then they go up and down. And so you can choose spot, which means it will just stay in that one place and not move. That's the closest you get to that just consistent massage. You can choose partial, so it takes the spot and then moves a little bit on either side of it. I'm going to tell you how to use those in a second. Then you have upper, which is the upper half of your back and your neck. Lower, which is the lower half of your back and your rear. And then that's it for the locations. I will say this is supposed to be an SL track. The L portion must be lowercase because it only does my buttocks. It does not go onto my hamstrings at all. So it just kind of goes down and then out just a little bit. So keep that in mind. There's also no heat on the seat. It's only in the back. Or the shawls. This one, you pull them to the front, it heats your front, or it heats the back. That's it. What else? What else to know? Oh, how to use the chair in a way. You have to kind of hack it. It's a lot of beeps, a lot of buttons, but that's how you make it work. At least how we're making it work in a way that we like it. So I'll load up the foundational program. I'll immediately go into manual mode. Most of the time, I will then switch to knead, which is one of my favorites. Knead and tap is nice. 4D1, that kind of deeper version of kneading. I like that one a lot. Most of the other ones don't do much for me. And then if I want my shoulder worked, specific spots, knots in my back, then I'll choose upper. And I'm sorry, I missed one as full. It was lower or full. Full is the full spectrum. So I choose full, or I choose upper. I let it just do its motion until I find a spot it's kind of hitting that feels good, and I have it loaded on the menu, and I hit spot. And I'll stop right there and just work that area. Or if I missed it, I can choose partial, and it'll stay close to that until I hit spot again and stop. Or stay on partial. That's nice too. But that's one of the annoyances. So if you don't hit anything on this menu in about 5 seconds, it goes back to the main menu. So for example, I have to hit the from the massage, hit the menu button. The menu button will then pull up auto, manual, and then some other items. If I want to turn on the back heat, I have to go down to other functions, then choose back heat, then choose on or off, and then click it on. If I want the foot roller control, same thing, other functions. So menu, down, 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 beep, 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 beep. Other functions, beep. Down to foot roller, beep. On or off, beep. So that's how you adjust the foot roller, how you adjust the back heat. Same with manual mode. So I go down to manual, and then I have the mode, which is like need or the 41, 2, 3, 4. Then you have area, which is spot, partial, upper, lower, full. Then you have speed. Width, I'm sorry, width, and you can control on some, you can't control on others. It's a 1 to 5 mechanism. And you have speed, and speed you can always control 1 to 5. So when I want to customize the massage, I choose, I let the foundational program run. I choose menu, down. So menu, beep, down, beep to manual. Manual, select, beep. Mode, beep, down to need, beep. Then back, beep to mode, down to beep, beep, beep to speed, change the speed, beep, up to area, beep, beep, choose the area, beep, choose the point or partial or upper lower, beep, 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 and then it's kind of going there. 5 seconds, it goes back to the main menu. Maybe I want to move the massage to up a little bit further. So menu, beep, manual, beep, down, area, beep, select the area, beep, let it run for a little bit. If I want to change it every so often, I just hit the up or down button if I'm waiting for spot until it hits the right area, and then I choose spot. So it's a lot of menu beeping and clicking to use the manual mode, which is how you really control where it's at. When the massage is running, the main menu, you have 2 other options. You have massage settings or shoulder settings. Massage settings, that's where you set the intensity of the motion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 4D motion. You can also add time to the massage from there, and you can control the airbag intensity, I believe, from there as well. So that's where you can, and you can't turn it on, off. You can't say what part you want. You can just choose the intensities from there. So that's the main menu in the massage for massage settings. And you can beep over 1 to shoulder settings. And that's where you, from 1 to 11, you set the height of your shoulders so it knows where your shoulders are when it's doing these programs. And that's part of your setup when you first turn it on. What I found, though, is to hack this, and I've told you this was coming. I choose the grasp, which is probably my favorite motion. It's that kind of feels like it's grabbing your shoulders. That's supposed to be on your shoulders, and they only allow you to do it for shoulders, and that's kind of the area that runs. But once you have that motion running, you can go back to that main menu, choose the shoulder adjustment, and you can move it up and down those 11 spots. So it gets about mid-back up to your neck. And that is the best feeling one that we've both found is setting that. So you have to keep going back to menu, shoulder adjustment, beep, up, beep, down, beep. 8 seconds later or 5 seconds later, back to shoulder, beep, down another one, beep. But you can just kind of move it up and down your back doing that. It takes a lot of manual control. What else am I forgetting with this chair? The Bluetooth. Bluetooth is a game changer. It's really important. The chair is kind of loud. It's not super loud, but when you're sitting in it, you're hearing constant little compressors run. You're hearing air valves let air out. You're hearing the mechanism on the rail moving up and down. You're hearing the movement of the leather. Or the pleather. It's not quiet, and it's kind of distracting. So putting on some spa sounds. I use one of the Jeff Bezos machines to run specific spa sounds. So whatever you use for it, Spotify or Pandora or whatever, I do that, hook up the Bluetooth, and it plays it through the speakers, and that actually really adds a lot to the massage. It just covers up the sound of the machine and allows me to close my eyes and just let the machine do its work. And that is very favorable. So we like that a lot. Other than that, the voice activation on this one is useless. The commands are on the back of the remote. So let me give you a sample. If it has voice activated, it's made in China, so keep that in mind. So you can say things like massage on, which means start the massage, or massage close, which means to stop the massage. And you have to say these exact phrases. So you really have to memorize them if you want to use it. Then it allows you to go straight to total relax, energy boost, sweet dream, neck and shoulder care, lunch break, Thai massage. Those are all particular programs. So you get a handful that you have to know the name of to run using the voice. Then you have open the air pressure. That means raise it. Close the air pressure. That means lower it. Up the sweet seat position, which is to sit upright. Down the seat position takes you back. Change the other mode. And you have to run that option, change the other mode. That's manual, I think. So like kneading and tapping and all of that. Then you say go little down, and that means go down by one on the menu. Go little up. It means go up by one on the menu. So if you're in this and you want to go from kneading to tapping, you would say the awake word, which happens to be hi Alice or hey Alice. Once it tells you I am here, you say change the other mode, and then it tells you ready, and you say go little down, and that means take you to the next one. If you want to do that, good on you. I find it useless. I just use the remote. And other than that, this thing is heavy, so getting it back to the store is not going to be easy. Hopefully they'll come pick it up. This particular one has an A. It says AI in the name. It doesn't have any AI, of course, and it does have health check. This one where it reads your through like your phone style or Garmin style heartbeat and oxygen levels, and then it customizes one for you. But it only has 3 or 4 settings. It kicks back like you're either good fatigue, bad fatigue, etc. And I'm pretty sure it's just the same massage, like slight variations for each one. That's as far as that goes. It's actually a good program for the choreographing. We like that one, but it really is. Don't be sold on any of that hype. The voice activated, don't be sold on. The health check, the pulse thing, don't be sold on. It does nothing. I mean, honestly, for us, we hop in this chair, we turn it on, choose the basic background. Usually I just choose the first one, and then we go into the menu mode. And again, you have to go in 3 different menus. You have to hit the menu button to get to manual mode and beep all around the place to choose what you want. Then you have to go back to the main menu to get into massage settings to change the intensity levels. You go back to the main menu, over to shoulders, and then you can change the location if you're using that particular grasp setting. So it's a lot of clicking, and that's what I don't like. We're able to use all the features. The foot pad will come up, come down, come in, come out, so that's useful. You can change the chair up, down. I just realized you can keep the massage going and change all of your different positions. There's 3 different zero gravity settings, and you can set all the way up, and the massage will keep running. Every time you do that, it changes the way that you present on the rollers, and so it feels different. So that it really gives you a lot of customization in that sense. It's just very manual to get there. And this particular model, which you may come across, it has a headrest, but if you take that off, it actually opens up the rollers to be a lot closer to you. This one has the heating shawls. This is the only heating mechanism, but you can put it over your shoulders when you're sitting in here. But again, that also takes some of the padding away, so it makes it a little bit more intense on your back. Or if you put this back in place here, then you get a bit more padding between you and the rollers. And you can actually remove the headrest completely with a zipper if you don't want it. It's a nice chair. It's our very first massage chair. Bought it without ever sitting in it. The price point, it's not exactly what we were hoping for. There's a lot of features. It just takes a lot of work to make it work. It does get there. We do like it. You can save your settings. There's 3 different settings to save, and that kind of saves the setup of the chair. But in our 2 cents, we might end up returning it and finding one that works a little bit better for us. But I hope this helps you. It really is true that you should sit in a chair before you buy it. But if you live in a place like we do, you can't go try out your chair. And I know it's a big investment, but if you can't go try out your chair, just make sure you're getting it from a place you can return it to. fairly easily. So again, this is a membership box store that has a generous return policy. They'll even come get it for us. They said we had to save the box, everything that came in, put it out in the barn. The box and packing material is huge, but we have the space for that. So keep that in mind too. If you live in a smaller place, you may have this box that is almost twice the size of the chair, and this is not a small chair. So keep that in mind as well. But I hope this review helps you. I found very, very little on these styles of chair from Titan. And again, it's made by the same company as Osaki. I actually found this particular chair for sale at the Home Depot or Lowe's under the Osaki name, the Rejuv AI 4D. But it's Titan as the brand. Just happens to be tied in with Osaki. So hopefully this helps you out in your search. Good luck.